Joanne is with us, and Joanne is going to start off this hour from Maryland. Hi, Joanne. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. It's such a pleasure speaking with you. It's such an honor. Thank you so much.
Sure. How can I help?
I just want to get to the point. So I had a small online business account. I had a small business last year, and I opened an account with a major bank, which I had since closed last year also. But during the time when I opened the checking account, I also opened a credit card, which I used one time and purchased a small item for less than $100. I had paid that off, and recently this year in April, I got a statement from the bank stating that I owe them money for late charges. And I called them and tried to resolve this issue, and come to find out the payments that I made last year were reversed by them. But they didn't notify me or give me a call to let me know that they had done that until I called them this April.
Why were the payments reversed?
And that's the reason why I was calling them, because there was no explanation. And every time I called them, I've been transferred to multiple departments, and none of them could tell me exactly why they were reversed.
Okay, so what did you paid a payment out of your checking account, correct?
Out of my savings account.
Out of your savings account. Okay. Do you not go back and look at your savings account and make sure that it balances?
Well, when I look at my account, it showed that it posted on both accounts, in my savings and in the credit card statement. And then 3 weeks or a few weeks after that, they came back and told me that, no, we credited your account back. We reversed the payment, but there was no explanation as to why they did it.
Okay, so and that was a year ago.
It was last year.
Okay,
yeah.
So you knew it, though, at the time that it came back, right?
No, I just found out actually this April. And
so
then
you don't look at your checking account to see a reversed charge, but once a year?
I did not. That was my problem, I guess. That was my issue. I did not look at that account, and since I had not been happy with their customer service, I actually closed my account with them. And then they just sent me a statement this April, and actually I spoke with
So how much money do they say you owe them now?
It's not much. It's only $60.55.
$60 on a charge that's under $100?
Yes. So those were actually late fees.
For a year?
That I owe them for a year. Yes, that's what they told me that I owe.
And you've not been getting statements from them saying you owe money?
Well, this is the first time actually I look at the same. Oh, actually in April, that was the first time I received a statement showing I had.
Okay, here's what you need to do. What company is this?
Bank of America.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah. Well, that's what. Okay, so you've learned two lessons.
Yes.
If you're smart. One is you don't deal with mega banks like Bank of America because they're stupid.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The second lesson you've learned is you have to watch and take care of business better than you have been. You didn't open your credit card statements for a year, and you didn't look at your savings account to see that the charges had been reversed for a year. That's not taking care of business well.
That's true, and I understand that.
And this costs you, so this is what's called $60 in stupid tax. Not looking at your statements or opening them for a year is stupid, so it costs you $60.
Should I be concerned about this in the future? Would it bite me in my behind if...
It's going to show that you have late payments on your credit bureau report for a year.
Oh, well, I guess that wouldn't matter because I'm trying to follow your steps.
Yeah, that's not, doesn't matter.
I am debt-free.
That doesn't matter much. But here's the thing. When I do something stupid and it costs me money, I call that stupid tax. I have paid a lot of stupid tax, and the good rule about stupid tax is never pay the same one twice.
Okay.
Okay, and you're paying a $60, which is a fairly light tax. I mean, that's not too bad, for not opening your statements and not watching over your business well, and for doing business with companies like Bank of America. So you learn two lessons, both for $60. That's a bargain. That's a bargain. Write the check, close the account, be done with these idiots, because you technically legally owe the money. I don't know why they would reverse a perfectly good payment, but what the heck? Do it anyway. You know, because it's Bank of America. They're stupid. They have no soul. and the best thing to do is not do business with them. So yeah, that's what I would do if I were in your shoes. You know, it's kind of like this, guys. It's the same thing. I never did this, but I had a whole bunch of friends that did this because I grew up in the real estate business, so I knew better. But a lot of people, when you're leaving a rental property, they just move off. Well, the lease is up, and you just move off. And you go, well, I want my deposit back because the property was left in good condition. Don't do that. That's going to cost you your deposit a bunch of times with a bunch of landlords because they're going to come in and nitpick apart the condition of the property and keep your deposit. Instead, you should always meet the management company or the landlord or whoever on the site after you have moved out and get a signed agreement that the property is in as to the condition the property's in and the amount of the deposit that's going to be returned, and the fact that you've completed the lease legally and in full. You should check into a property when you lease it. You should check out of a property when you lease it with documentation. When you don't, you're going to end up paying stupid tax. Well, I paid the rent and moved off. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. And then they go, well, we had to replace the carpet. You go, well, the carpet was fine when I left. Well, no, we're taking that out of your deposit because there was no agreement as to the condition of the property when you move out. It's the same kind of thing. You have to open your mail. You have to look at your business. You can't stick your head in the sand and ignore stuff. You can't half-butt do business in transactions as an adult out here walking around and end up anything but losing money as a result. And that's what happened to her. That's what happened to those people I'm talking about. I've done stuff exactly like that too. Can't think of an example off the top of my head right now, but believe me, I've been as stupid as any of you have ever been, and it still catches up with you, and it still bites you, and I still pay stupid tax. That's the thing.